Hi, everyone. I'm Kallie Kronberg, Director of the Bison Public Library in Bison, South Dakota. This will be my second year hosting Jumpstart with Raven Chrisman from the Lemon Public Library. What we are going to talk about today can be found on page 89 of your manual, and it's called Adult Storytime, The Genius of Birds. I chose this particular program to share with you today because we currently do not have an adult summer reading program, and that is something I would like to change. And I found that this particular program would be really easy to implement, and I think that you can make it as elaborate as you would like, or you can just pare it down and make it as simple as you would like. It's also very easy for social distancing, and I will explain some of those things throughout this video, hopefully. The first thing I would like to show you is what actually comes just in the manual. So the manual comes with a bunch of links and app ideas, as well as these fun coloring pages. There's an owl, I think a crow, Raven Chrisman, and hummingbird, which I've already started to color because that's what they're for. It also comes with this handy dandy bird watching 101 printout. And on this printout, it gives you some tips on bird watching, and it also gives you links to apps or ideas for apps to download. So you have iBird Pro, which contains as much information as 14 field guides. You have an Audubon bird guide, and so that's also an app. Merlin Bird ID and Song Sleuth, which is also an app. And then I am going to share my screen really quick and show you what can be found on the Audubon website. All right, so you see here, we are on audubon.org, get outside/activities. And if we scroll down, you can see all sorts of winterize your yard for birds. We have a pumpkin bird feeder, make your own suet, how to make a hummingbird, how to draw a bird. I mean, this website has the best resources. 10 plants for a bird-friendly yard. I thought it would be grand at one time when I was looking at this, like, we need to plant a garden for birds at the library, but I don't think we're going to go that big yet. But maybe would be fun to gather some seeds and give to your patrons for this particular project. Once again, you can make this as big or small as you wish. So go big, I say. Okay, and I'm going to quit sharing my screen here. All right, so what I was thinking about this particular program, what I would do personally for my library is I don't know if I would do an actual story time, like read out of a nonfiction book. We do have some great nonfiction books that I think I would display, which is Birds of the Dakotas, a field guide. I think this can be found on Abe Books for around $5. And then we also have this Birds in Your Backyard, a bird lover's guide to creating a garden sanctuary. So this kind of goes along with our plants that birds love. I think I would display those, and maybe if I felt like doing a reading, I might read out of something, a fiction book, like maybe To Kill a Mockingbird, to stay with that theme, or any other type of book. But I just think that the nonfiction might get a little boring. Instead, what I might do is I might connect with our local Audubon Society, which we don't personally have in Bison, but we do have, our current trapper is a falconer. And so I thought it would be really fun to have him bring the live bird into the library for people to see. And then we also have a retired trapper who is an avid bird watcher who creates bird houses and bird feeders. So I think it's really important to engage with your community and see what your community can bring to your programs. As far as social distancing goes, once again, I'm going to hold up these very easy send home project. Print out some pictures, send them home for people. Really easy kits to do. I would say the majority of people have some form of coloring utensil of some sort. But in your package, you should have received 2 colored pencils, 2 gel pens, and a stack of paper that should have 3 different tabs. You should have a yellow, a green, and a red. And I want to talk to you a little bit about this paper, because when we're printing out these adult coloring sheets, sometimes regular printer paper just is not the best. So these are each specifically designed for a certain type of writing utensil. The green flag is for colored pencil. The yellow is specifically for gel pens, and the red is for markers. So it prevents the bleed through. So if you're actually having indoor gatherings and you don't want your tables to get crazy messy, if somebody breaks out some permanent markers or something like that, this type of paper, or even a heavier, like a card stock, would be a great thing to print these sheets on so you don't get that. And then they're just better, like these gel pens, the paper is constructed so that the gel pens will write so smoothly, and it's just so much nicer. So I recommend that. Also, another thing that I recommend for the actual coloring aspect of this program is if you're using colored pencils, maybe get one of these. I actually received this in my kit. It's a Prism Color blending pencil. So you can actually soften the colored pencils a little bit with these pencils and kind of blend them together. So these are really fun and something a little extra to have to add to your program. Also, talking of social distancing, if you're going to have a program where people actually attend, you're not doing the take-home kits, but you still want to be cautious. You want to set them 6 feet apart. Hopefully they'll be wearing masks. Hopefully your librarians and helpers will be wearing masks as well. You can also have something like this. We have these left over from last year's summer reading program, and I would set these out probably with a sticker on that says clean or used, unused. And then whenever anybody gets done with their pencils, so they would start in the clean section, and then you would move them, the people would move them so that we know that these need to be wiped down with like a Lysol wipe or something along those lines. Really simple, easy way to stay safe. Also, I think that it would be really fun to also include with your Birdwatching 101 resource sheet. We have received a pair of these National Geographic binoculars. And I think this would be really fun to have a few kits of these that people could actually check out and use. These ones bend down, so they're friendly for glasses wearers, me. And these are, I think they run around $30, but there's a plethora of binoculars that you can find on Amazon, anywhere from the $20 to the like $50 range, that are pretty user-friendly and just really nice and would be easy to check out. This one even came with its own little carrying case, which I think is really neat. So this is what we will be using this summer for some of our kits. Take home, we're going to be checking out binoculars, which hopefully no one uses them for nefarious things. All right. I think that's pretty much all I have. You really can add a ton to this. You could almost create a whole summer on just this. I mean, you could go out bird spotting together or anything like that, or you can just use it one time. Maybe people just want to come in and color. You could use it as a passive program. Just leave the sheets out for people to color when they come in. You can use them for your teens, even younger kids. They have these. You could even, if you go on Amazon, I'm going to share my screen one more time. They have a whole bunch of coloring book options. So if there's something that you wanted that would be just a little bit, maybe for younger kids, or maybe you want something that's just a little bit more elaborate, they have a whole bunch of different types of coloring books. So that might be something that you might want to include with your programming. And then last but not least, I also thought it would be really fun. Let me see if I can't get to my other screen to do maybe a Zen coloring session for adults where you just came in and no one was talking. You were just listening to beautiful sound, just nature sounds while you were coloring. So I hope that you guys can take this and do something spectacular with it. I'm really excited to try it with my adults for the first time this year. Please send me your ideas. I would love to hear them because I'm probably going to milk this program because it's something that I'm actually interested in. And I hope that you guys all are too. And I hope you have a great summer reading program. And I will hopefully talk to you all soon. Goodbye.